And that's why this Pereira fight is so interesting, though, because Pereira has that.
He just need that one shot.
Power.
He just need that one shot. But the thing about Izzy, he is patient, and he would. Well, we're not gonna call it boring, but he would strategically break you down all night long for 25 minutes.
Like the Paulo Costa
if he got to touch that leg all day, he gonna touch it.
Yeah.
You know, if you ain't gonna do nothing about it, if you're not gonna answer back, that's what he gonna do. But I feel like in my heart, you know what I mean, that Alex Pereira unfortunately doesn't have the actual ability to fight Izzy the way he needs to win.
For 5 rounds. Because he's so big.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. But I just think between both of them, it's going to be a boring fight. It's not going to be as exciting as people think it might be. And that's the thing. Izzy needs that type of exciting fight right now. You know, because of the Jared Cannonier fight. You know, we can say Paulo Costa, but that was how long ago? 2020? You know what I'm saying? So we've been expecting this from the champ because he's so pulverized outside the cage with, you know, the French tips, the pearl necklace, you know what I mean? Doing all these little videos and dancing and all that, just showman stuff. But we want to see that showcase in the cage as well, you know? And that's my biggest thing. I'm impressed by Izzy, and I'm a fan of Izzy, first off. But I feel like if you don't bring the fight to him, he's not going to bring it to you. That makes sense?
Yes. So, I feel what you're saying.
So, like, he's
Silva
willing to dance. Yeah. Big facts.
I mean, people forget that there was quite a few fights where Anderson Silva did the same thing. He laid Talis Latis. Remember that fight?
Yes.
You know, there was many fights where, you know, he laid back and waited for guys to come at Anderson.
With the Damian Maia.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? And I mean, boy, Danny was mad about that one, you hear me? You know, but at the same time, that's the way he won.
Yes.
You know? Because why would I engage with you knowing what you're trying to do?
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So like I said, with that being said, I'm not mad at Izzy because he gonna do whatever it takes to keep that belt. That's the money.
Right.
You know? Alex Pereira wants that. But the thing is, though, I don't think his ability is gonna be there in order to take it away from him. You know? And they just gonna be standing right in front of him, and it's gonna be a kickboxing bout. And they were like, oh, well, the other ones were kickboxing, but you already seen from Izzy, well, I was a little bit more emotional in those other fights. And that's why I lost. But then you see the strategic Izzy now. I don't see Alex Pereira beating him.
Interesting.
You know?
Very interesting. I take into account what you're saying about the 5 rounds and the weight cut, because that is a big factor. That's a big factor.
That's the hugest factor, yeah.
Because Alex is so big, but without the wrestling threat, because Izzy's not really a guy who takes anybody down.
I'm about to say, who out there wrestling?
Right.
So everybody think like, oh, Izzy gonna turn into a wrestler? No, he ain't.
No.
You only fight the way you train.
Yeah.
You know? And not saying you don't work on that element of wrestling, but I don't see Izzy like shooting a jab, shooting a cross, shooting a hook, and double leg.
No.
That's not finna happen.
I mean, if it does, I'll be stunned.
I'll be shocked.
I'm sure he can do it.
I'll be shocked. But thing is, though, now you got to engage with, and that boy a sniper. Alex Pereira, can we pull up that, if you don't mind?
Please.
With Alex Pereira, with him shooting, like, you know what I'm saying, sniping with the arrows.
Yeah, when he shot the soccer ball.
Bro, man, that's crazy, because my biggest thing is, though, like, Alex Pereira is the same type of beast, too, right? He's a trap. He waits all day, and once you expose yourself or you come close enough, he hits you.
Like Sean Strickland.
Exactly. Oh.
Yeah. Sean Strickland stood right in front of him.
But like, it wasn't even just standing right in front of him. He was marching him down with his hands down.
Well, yeah, he keeps his hands like, he has a very strange style.
Yeah,
so here's him.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, this was cold.
It's pretty badass.
This was cold, man.
It's pretty badass.
And it ain't one of those special little arrows either, like bow and arrows. Like, it's one of them he just made in the house.
Well, that's a recurve bow.
He grabbed a stick and grabbed a string.
Yeah, that's a recurve bow. That's a much harder bow to shoot than what I shoot. I shoot a compound bow.
Man.
That takes real skill. Yeah. Look at him. That roar that he has is terrifying. Yeah, I'm very excited about this fight, man. I don't know, what kind of preparation he's done in terms of getting himself lighter for a 5-round fight and making sure that the cut is not as bad. I don't know, but he looks shredded already.
Yeah, he looks shredded, man. And he looked like he killing himself to make that weight. That's all I'm going to say.
He certainly is losing a lot of weight to make that weight.
He killing himself to get to that weight. But like I said,
but he's done it many times.
But you see Izzy doing all this press, doing all this stuff. And now, I'll be honest with you, I'll be like, it's a positive thing. But at the same time, like, I ain't never seen him do this much work before or preparation for a fight where it comes to like selling it. Yeah, press. Yeah.
Yeah, but they make you do that. I mean, this is Madison Square Garden.
But this is the most I've ever seen. I pay attention to these fighters all the time because they in the weight class, right? I want to be these guys, right? I want to take their belt, right? So I pay close attention to what they do all the time, and especially Izzy because he's the champ. So besides it just being ESPN Plus, you know, he got his own YouTube channel and everything like that. And I mean, like, I feel like he done amped it up even more. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's either showing me that you have a lot of confidence, you know, about yourself, and you able to take this fight. I wouldn't say not so serious, but not as serious because you doing other stuff on top of this, right? Alex Pereira is only focusing on training and fighting right now. There ain't no press for him for real. You know what I mean? So he's taking it into initiative. I'm talking about Izzy to promote this fight as best as he can. So you also taking away from your training at the end of the day, right? So I feel like he think he's good enough to do what he's gonna do in order to take time away from his training.
But isn't that just what the UFC obligates him to do? Because he's selling the fight and he has pay-per-view points.
Not with everything.
But he has pay-per-view points.
I feel you, but I feel
and
like
he also is the only one that speaks English. Alex doesn't speak English.
Yeah, true story. So that makes it difficult. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of stuff he's been doing on his own as well. Doing extra stuff, you know, which I don't mind it because you got to promote the fight. You got to do whatever you got to do in order to get people to buy in, you know. And to be honest with you, it's not that hard of a buy-in because even with Alex Pereira not being able to speak English, he's the only person that beat him, only person that knocked him out. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's an easy sell on itself. So my thing is, why is Adesanya trying so hard? You know what I mean? Like, this is the one that if I wasn't an MMA head and I was just like, whatever, just watching this stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, that'd be interesting to watch. Dude that already knocked him out. This dude is undefeated in MMA, but still could be a close fight. I'll watch it, you know? But Izzy is going about his way. And like I said, I don't know what's going on in his head, but I feel like he's not trying to think about the fight itself, even though it is the press conference and all this other stuff. He's trying to get himself more calm, right? He want to be around more people. I forget who. It's another fighter that talked about that, and the reason why he always stayed, you know, in the press and in interviews because it took him away from the fight. You know, they always wanted to be in the light. I forget what.
I know what you're saying. So, like, you know, the more you do other stuff, you could just have fun and it loosens you up and talk to people.
Know? Exactly, and you ain't got to actually focus on the actual mission itself. You know, you just go to the mission. You know, so I don't know. It's two ways to go about it. You know, and I feel like if Izzy goes out, like I said, emotional, he will get caught, you know? So I feel like he needs to keep doing, like, even when he play around, like, oh, I might just kick his leg and just jab him the whole fight. Do that. Even with him joking, do that. Yeah. You know? Because at the same time, that's how you've been winning your fights this whole time. A lot of them.
The thing about Pereira is he's there to get hit. He can be hit. He fights
a tree.
With his hands
you said
down.
It right.
Yeah.
You a mahogany tree. He is that.
Like he's made out of
wood.
You better
not run into him though.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. He's like built different, man. He's so dense.
Yeah, big fact. I mean, just the way he hit guys with that left hook, right? And it's the crazy part. It's not just him knocking them out, but they all fall the same.
Yeah. They fall like they just shut off. Or they got shot.